Well, hey everybody, this is Tony Snipes with ArtLessonsFromGod.com and Art Slam. And today I am going to be just talking to you real briefly. I'm going to try to make it quick so that you can won't have to spend a whole lot of time on the video. But going to be talking to you today about the creative product launch strategy. And basically all that is for quite some time now. There's been something floating around called the product launch formula. It's by a guy by the name of Jeff Walker. And basically all he has been doing was just teaching everybody, and had a lot of success with this, a lot of success, but just teaching everybody, if you've got any type of product or idea or anything that you're launching, what's the best strategy in order to launch that thing. So that's where I always do that spin on things when I see a good idea and I see if it's applicable to my artists, my writers, my designers, all my creative folks. I put a creative spin on it, so it's the creative product launch strategy. Again, it's something that's I tell you where you've seen it before. You see it all the time. Anytime that you see a movie that's about to launch for the first time, and let me show you what I mean by that. So think about whatever the creative idea that you've had, whether it's to launch your art event, like an art show or a new series of an art series, or whether it's some a design line that you're doing, or especially with my writers out there, if it's to launch the book. The first thing that you need to do if you're launching anything is to start off with creating buzz. Now, let me tell you what I mean by that. That's where you take a look at who are some of the people that are already touching your audience, and you really just start reaching out to them and just kind of get the buzz going about that thing that you have coming, even if it's not coming for a couple months from now. And again, think about a movie that's getting ready to launch. You ever notice or ever wonder why you may see the first teaser trailer about a movie that isn't coming to the screen until 3 months from now, even sometimes 6 months from now? They're doing that product launch strategy, and they're creating buzz first. Just kind of give you some teasers out there, just so that when it does launch, or when it's getting ready to launch, you've heard of it before. So that's what you want to do first. You want to create buzz, and here's the easiest way that you're able to do that. If you don't have a Facebook page for your art business or your book that you're launching, that's what you want to do, because using that Facebook page and social media is one of the best tools and resources to do step one, creating buzz. So that's just getting the word out there and getting people familiar with it. Now, to move on to the next step, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you get your sales page in order, or whatever you're using to actually have people place orders, or whatever it is that you want them to do. If it's an event where they can actually go ahead and get tickets. Now, you don't have to send people to that just yet, but this is where you want to make sure that you've got it in place, you've got it set up, because coming soon you're going to start driving traffic to order your book, to order your t-shirts, to order your artwork, or to order tickets to your event, whatever it is. And so this is where you take that opportunity to make sure that you've got some type of interface, something that's set up where people can actually buy. The next thing that you want to do is take a look at what partners that you have out there, because the partners are the people that can also start getting the word out instead of you just doing it already. Keep in mind, the goal of this is for people to have heard of your book or your event that's coming, or something like that. You want people that you're trying to reach to have heard of it somewhere else before, and not only from you. And so again, think about movies. You ever wonder why, when a movie is about to launch, especially one of those blockbusters, why they always partner with a McDonald's or Burger King, and they have these kind of crazy products that tie into the movie itself, whether it's glasses or whatever it is? They are trying to reach the same people that these restaurants are trying to reach. And so they say, you know what, it makes sense for us to do a joint venture. I think about a year ago, I think when the Avengers movie came out, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Avengers had a tie-in with, it might have been Verizon, or it was one of the major cell phone companies, but they had started doing some joint commercials, and because they knew that they had that same shared audience. So for the movie, which was this creative endeavor that was getting ready to be launched, they wanted to just make sure that they were heard of for leading up to the event. So they reached out and tried to find some partners that would help them get the word out, and it would be a win-win for both of them. The next thing is you want to start developing and getting out social proof. Now, what is social proof? All that is testimonials. And again, let's take our movie example. You know how when a movie has opened up and they may have done a pre-screening and they either have had people that have reviewed the movie. That's when they start posting the quotes of those that have reviewed the movie, or they get the everyday people like ourselves that have gone into a special screening, and they kind of get little testimonials from them as they're coming out of the screening, the theater itself, and they just talk about how great the movie was and all of that. You want to do the same thing with your book or your art or whatever it is that you're kicking off. You want to get some people ahead of time, and especially if it's something that you're selling, you want to give, this is where you give your freebies out so you can let folks have it, take a look at it, try it, and then for them to tell the world how great it is. And especially probably the most effective way to do this, if they're able to do a mini little video, just kind of little mini testimonial about why they enjoyed it. And of course you want it to be legitimate, but those that have enjoyed whatever it is that you are about to launch and they've had a chance to partake in it themselves, this is where you get their testimonial, because all of these things that we're doing are creating buzz, where it's not just you advertising it yourself, but you have other people that are pushing it and promoting it and giving it the thumbs up in addition to you. So after social proof, the last thing that leads up to this obviously is launching. This is where everything comes into play, and it's really good if you not only just launch just for the sake of launching, but if you launch and have some type of, they call it a sense of scarcity, where even though this is the launch date that was scheduled, it can be limited to a certain degree. Let's say if it's the price point that you make it where it's available today for the launch, or for this week, or even for this month, but it's available at this particular rate, or especially if you're doing an event, that's where a lot of folks do the early bird rates and the early bird specials. So it still creates that sense of urgency, or scarcity rather, that there's still a limited amount of whatever it is that you want to participate in right now. So let's just go ahead and review real quick. Again, the product launch strategy, the creative product launch strategy for whatever type of creative event or product or service that you're doing. First of all, create buzz, and that's where you really just want to start getting the word out there early. Even if you don't have things in place, this is where you do your teasers. So people are hearing here and there that you've got something cool that's getting ready to come on down the road. And then you take that opportunity to make sure ahead of time that whatever platform or method that you're going to use to actually do your transactions, whatever it's, if it's online or whatever, you want to make sure that that's when you start building that out, making sure that it's working well, and get that in place. Then number 3, start seeking out your partners. This is where you do your joint ventures. Who's already touching the audience that you're going to need to touch and reach and sell to as well? Those are people that can also start selling this for you, because if you're doing it you're on your own, that's one thing, but it's that much more effective when other people say that this is great and they're pushing your product as well too. Obviously you want to give them some type of percentage, because that's that's the perfect way that joint ventures work, and so it's a win-win for everyone. Social proof, the next thing, again, this is just where you do your testimonials, and you have other folks that you have given your freebies, free opportunities, or your freebies to, so that they can talk about it as well, and how they firsthand have tried it, used it, or whatever, and it's something that they enjoy and they recommend. And then finally launching, and especially launching in a way where it may be for a limited time at this particular price point or whatever, but it again makes sure that everybody just drives to that opportunity because they've heard all about it and they think it's great. So I want to thank everybody for just taking a couple minutes to go through that creative product launch strategy. Make sure that you always are stopping by artlessonsfromgod.com, or going to check us out on Facebook, where we're listed as facebook.com/artlessonsfromgod, or everybody is familiar with our live event, Art Slam, and artslamlive.com. Thanks again. Take care.